breath. Head, neck, backbone straight. Let us bring our mind in the present moment. That is a constant sadhana we have to do to keep the mind where the hands are, Gurudev says. Let us let go the past, regrets, all experiences, keeping only the learnings. Experiences are there to entertain us or to teach us, full stop. There is no point in brooding over them. Let us let go all future anxieties, present tensions, confusions, and entire focus on the breath which is in the present moment. Even Bhagwan has mentioned last session we saw pranayam yajna. Sometime in a day we must pay attention to our breath. Let us keep a smiling face. Let us smile at the cell level from deep within. And chant loudly so that all other lingering thoughts vanish and the unnecessary thoughts do not come in our mind.
Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma Vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Gajananam Bhutaganati Sevitam Avittajambu Palasaravakshikam Umasutam Shoka Vinashakaranam Namami Vigneshwara Pada Pankajam Saraswati Namastubhyam Varade Kamarupini Vidyarambam Karishyami Siddhir Bhavatu Me Sada Akhanda Mandalakaram Vyaptam Yena Characharam Tatparam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Ajnanatimirandasya Jnanandana Shalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Gurur Brahma Gurur Vishnu Gurur Devo Maheshwaraha Gurureva Param Brahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Savaram Jangamam Yaptam Yatkinchit Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Chinmayam Vyapi Yat Sarvam Trailokyam Sacharacharam Tatpadam Darshitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Bandhusya Sakha Tvameva Vidya Dravinam त्वमेव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव त्वमेव सर्वं मम देव देव सदाशिवसमारम्भां शङ्कराचार्यमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्पराम् श्रुतिस्मृतिपुराणानाम् आलयं करुणालयं नमामि भगवत्पाद शङ्करं लोकशङ्करं शङ्करं शङ्कराचार्यं केशवं बादरायणं सूत्रभाष्यकृतौ वन्दे भगवन्तौ पुनः पुनः समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम् वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुम्
Hari Om. Thank you, Lata Rajshekhar-ji. So we are doing fourth chapter summary, where till now we have seen Lord has given importance of Guru Parampara. We can't rely on books and our own experiences to learn. There has to be a teacher. And now qualification of student and teacher is going to come. That is the next topic. Then Lord declared that he is avatar and not a jiva like Arjun, and the difference between jiva and avatar. And then we also saw what is the nature of God from very clear parameters of form and attributes: Nirgun, Nirakar, Nirgun, Sakar, Sagun, Sakar, etc. And then what is the purpose of avatar? We saw that while Lord takes avatar to establish dharma, to protect good people, sadhus, that also we saw who are good people, what is the definition of goodness. And Margadarshan also teaches various aspects. And then he told that when people follow their own dharma, their own temperament, then they will get the vision of oneness. And their own dharma means, we saw 4 classification of people: Brahman, Kshatriya, Vaishya, Shudra. And that last session we saw Brahmarpanam Brahmavi, that is the goal of life. So very clearly when people ask what is the goal of life, to have the vision of oneness. And how we can get this vision of oneness? So last time we saw there were 12 practices, yajnas, which were given to us, which are day-to-day practices we must follow to have that vision of oneness. So path is given, goal also is given. Now depends upon us that how much efforts we are going to put consistently to follow one path and to reach the goal. And Lord is going to give the result of that also now. It's a very clear Brahma Vidya science. The path is clear, goal is clear, result is clear, benefit is clear. So we saw last time at body level, we must let go, offer in the yajna. Offering is letting go. Tamasic and Rajasic food, those who want to meditate, those who are spiritual sadhaks. Not for everybody. For a Kshatriya, one can eat Rajasic, Tamasic food because their dharma is to fight. At prana level, at breath level, I must let go restlessness, because when we are restless, our prana becomes distracted, disturbed. At senses level, we must let go temptations. At mind level, we must let go 6 impurities. Attachments at the mind level. At intellectual level, we must let go possessions, indiscipline. At the spiritual level, we must let go viparita bhavana, that is at intellectual level only, the misidentification that I am this and we must shift that I am this to I am that. Nisargadatta Maharaj's book is there. I am that. For all of us, the identification is I am this body, this mind, this intellect. So whatever happens in the body, whatever happens in the mind, whatever happens in the intellect, I must start saying that it is happening in the body, it is happening in the mind, it is happening in the intellect. I am having a body, mind, intellect, but I am that. And the last one is letting go the ego. That is the highest level of ignorance. And Lord also has warned that if you do not follow these 12 purifying practices in day-to-day life, then there is hardly any chance to get good health, love, prosperity, happiness, cheerfulness, etc. Forget about next life. This life itself I will not get. And now we are going to see that Lord is going to say that among all 12 yajnas, all the purification processes, the highest is Jnana Yajna. So that means that all other 11 are for Chitta Shuddhi and Chitta Ekagrata, because finally the root cause of suffering is ignorance at any level, body level, mind level. Those who are knowledgeable about share market, they will earn more money. Those who are ignorant about share market, they will earn less money. Those who are ignorant in the office about various things, they will not be able to succeed in office. Those who are ignorant about their duties in family life, the family life will not give happiness. So ignorance is the root cause of all suffering. So the root cause is ignorance. So the root solution must be knowledge. And that is what Lord is saying. So the 33rd verse glorifies the self-knowledge. And how to get this self-knowledge? Arjun asks, then Lord is going to give us, these are the qualification of student and teacher that we are going to see now. So even this life will go wasted if we do not follow. So we have to pick up one thing and then practice regularly. That is the key. Not once in year, once in week. As Gurudev says, our religion is not Sunday to Sunday. It is every moment. Every moment I have to be alert and peaceful. So Bhagavan says, Jnana Yajna is the best among these 12 yajnas which Bhagavan enlisted in the earlier session. What will I get? I think we all know the story, but it is worth repeating because that is the highest level. There was one couple, newly married, and after the honeymoon period was over, the husband went to office one day and the woman was alone at home, young woman, young bride. And then suddenly she realized that the wedding Mangal Sutra is missing. It is not there. And she started searching hectically because she was scared that now what will happen if I don't get the Mangal Sutra? What will in-laws will say? What will my husband will say? And started searching everywhere, couldn't find the Mangal Sutra. So when the husband comes back in the evening, he sees his young bride, young wife, sad, restless, little fearful. What happened? No, I'm not finding my Mangal Sutra. And I'm feeling so guilty that, this is a new marriage, new Mangal Sutra given by you, and now it is lost. So the husband starts laughing. He tells, okay, I will show you where your Mangal Sutra is. So he takes her towards the mirror. And when she sees herself in the mirror, she finds the Mangal Sutra going backward and it is hanging at the back. And then there is smile and laughter, and then there is joy. So the Mangal Sutra was never lost. So there is no way that it was found new. So enlightenment or realization, that is not something that I will have some kind of experiences of newly found thing, I will realize my own beingness. That's all. It was already there. It was never lost. So Guruji gives beautiful example that Jnana Yajna, in Jnana Yajna there is a search. And this search is very unique, not like something is lost and then I will find it. This search, Guruji says, that's where the searching will end, where the seeker will disappear. When the seeker itself disappears, then there is joy, peace, fulfillment, total peace. And this search is like cloth searching for thread, wave searching for ocean, jiva searching for Shiva. So I must know basically what am I seeking and what am I searching. That sentence is very interesting to remember, that what I am doing and what I am having in life is not so important. What am I seeking and what am I searching in life constantly? That is the key for a spiritual seeker. Not that I have got this knowledge, I have got this, I have got this, I am doing this, I am doing this, I am doing this. But what am I seeking at the deeper level? What am I searching? And how could be that search where the searching itself dissolves, the seeker itself dissolves, and then there is total fulfillment, total peace. So now Lord is saying that now listen to this glory of self-knowledge, because this is what I consider as highest. And that's the reason we must read Bhagavad Gita. That's the reason we must study Bhagavad Gita. That is the reason we must do manan on this, because that is what is the process, what Lord is going to mention. So self-knowledge is, what is self-knowledge? Self-knowledge is, I am not this jiva, body, mind, intellect, but I am the Atma or Brahman. I am not jiva bhava, but I am Shiva. Shiva is, in this context, is not a person. Shiva is that which is not Shava. Shava means dead body. That which is not inert is Shiva. That which is auspiciousness, that cannot become anytime inert. So this is the highest level of self-knowledge Lord is mentioning, that you must remember all the time, so that I will not get bothered, I will not get bogged down, I will not suffer, I will not have any depression, I will not have any sadness, because I am that. I am sitting on 1 trillion crore dollars and then still I am begging outside. That is a state what Lord is mentioning. Just because I am not aware that I am sitting on 1 trillion crore dollars, I am still becoming a beggar in the outside world for money and happiness. What is the result of this self-knowledge? No delusion, no confusion, no agitation, no dualism, no fear. The last one is very important, no fear, because all our happiness, when you ask people, are you happy? Yeah, I'm happy. But then they say, touch wood, touch wood, touch wood, because this happiness should not go. Let us protect our happiness. So is there a state where there can be fearless happiness, which comes in Taittiriya Upanishad? In our Upanishad, they say that the happiness must be fearless. And how can it be fearless? Because once I get it, it will never be lost. That which I have a guarantee that it can never be lost, then I can become fearless. Wherever there is a possibility of any loss, there will be some fear. What will be the result of this knowledge? Total peace. That is what I am seeking. Total happiness, total fulfillment. And it is not a static state. It is a dynamic state of experience. I will realize my true nature as infinite, in which all beings are existing. That is what Lord is saying. So now, till now, Arjun says, Bhagavan, I have understood, but I think I will not get this. I don't think I will get this self-knowledge and all this result, what you're talking in this life. Why? No, I think you are talking too high philosophy. no delusion, no confusion, no agitation, no dualism, no fear, total peace, total happiness. I don't want total happiness. I don't want total. I want little happiness, little peace. But that is not possible because that peace will become pieces. And whenever I'm enjoying or being happy, there will be fear that this will be lost. So why not to go for the highest? So many of the sadhak think that I will not get this knowledge, this life. So what a practical thing Lord immediately brings about. Because this seems to be a very high, lofty goal. Why? No, Bhagwan, I think I am a sinner. I have done many sins in the past. I have got lot of vasanas. These are the reasons. See, these are the reasons what we give. I don't think I am pure. Like, so many sadhaks are there. So many saints are there. I am impure. I am weak. I am incapable. I think it will take long time for me to realize this. So I will not go for Jnana Yoga. So I will not attend Bhagavad Gita. So I will not read. So I will not do, because I don't think I will get the goal. At least this life, it is not possible for me. Lord says that, no, that here is what you are making the mistake. When this knowledge starts happening, even now when we are listening to this knowledge, there are so many seeds are getting burned. We are not even aware. One person went to Ramana Maharshi and said, I have been practicing all these things for 10 years, but I don't see any difference in me. Ramana Maharshi asked him, how do you know there is no difference in you? How do you know that there is no difference in you? I know that there is a difference in me. So when we are listening to even this sentence, that I am Atma, whose nature is Satchidananda Swarup, even in that listening, lot of asanas and lot of impurities are vanishing. And Lord is promising here that one who actually feels that one's body is dirty will go to river and take bath. So the very fact that you are telling that I am a sinner, I have vasanas, I am impure, I am weak, you just come to this knowledge and I will roast all your seeds, which will not fructify again. I will dissolve all your vasanas. You have to have just faith, because that is coming in the next session immediately. Don't give up this 12 yajnas what are told to you. Don't give up listening to this knowledge. Even though you are thinking that you are not progressing, but you do not have capacity to know whether you are progressing or no, because I can see your past, your present, and your future births and how you are progressing. So do not ever doubt that, it is not going to make any difference. I will not get this life. How do you know you will not get this life? Because karma is in our hand. Karma phala data is He. Suppose He wishes I can get it this moment. This moment it can happen. Because in Lord's life, there is no time. It can happen any moment. Kabir Das ji say, I am in Vishwas. मैं तो तेरे पास हूं, मैं तो विश्वास में हूं. एक पल की जरूरत है. Only in one pal it will happen. Gurudev says that how much time the dreamer takes to wake up and become a waker, that much time it takes to enlighten. Don't postpone goodness. Don't postpone this highest goal. Go for it. Why? Because keep listening to this knowledge, because this self-knowledge will destroy all types of sins and sinner too. And we have examples like Ratnakar, who became Valmiki. At least we have not murdered hundreds of people. Burns all residues of action ASAP. The moment the women comes to know that the Mangal Sutra is in my neck only and I was searching outside, all fear went, all dualism went, all confusion went, all agitation went, all fear went in 1 second. So knowledge is instantaneous. In 1 second, all actions, all vasanas, all desire, it has the capacity to burn. And Lord declares that why self-knowledge or jnana yajna is highest, because it is the greatest purifier. Because many people have this kind of argument, no, you are only, discussing, you are reading Bhagavad Gita, you are reading Upanishad, and you are only discussing about highest. Do some action, do some karma, do some this. All things we have to do because we have seen the process. Because the first few 10 yajnas, Lord is talking about purification, which are there, but last 2 is talking about have this self-knowledge. Without self-knowledge, living in this life, without knowing who am I at the core level, what is the point in doing all those kind of things? But who is the experiencer? What is experience? All these things I must know. So now Arjun says, okay, Bhagavan, thank you very much. I have understood following points till now. What are the points what Lord has given? So now there is a summary. There are 12 practices to attain this goal. Point number 1, 12 yajnas you gave. In that yajna, the superior one is the self-knowledge, jnana yajna. And in that yajna, there is no injection. Directly jnana yajna injection will happen. I will go and sit, and then suddenly somebody will come, and then one hand will come, and then suddenly I will go. That is possible, but the person has to go through all the purification process inside. We can only see that one hammer coming and breaking the stone into 2. But before that has happened, there are 99 times the hammer has banged the stone. So there is no substitute, there is no shortcut, there is no injection. You have to follow all this process. And I'm guaranteeing you that this will happen. That is in my hand. Once I see the sincerity of your efforts, consistency of your practices, I will come and grace you in this. Swami Vivekananda has said that gaining this knowledge is now my goal, not pleasure. That is the goal of life. So now Arjun asks, okay, Bhagavan, I understood, but now my problem is that from where to get this knowledge? From whom? Not from WhatsApp, not from going on Google and then searching some kind of websites, not from Wikipedia, which is all managed by different people. If you read Wikipedia, and then that is my source of knowledge. What is my source of knowledge? Is it having the authority? It must be, the knowledge must have some authority. Knowledge must have some validity. This is extremely important. Yesterday itself, I was thinking today's youngsters are arguing with parents because they are going on Wikipedia and reading about Manusmriti and thinking that no, in Manusmriti, this is written about Shudras, this is written about this is written about that. Not reading entire Manusmriti, not reading entire Bhagavad Gita. No, what Bhagavad Gita you're talking? Lord Krishna married so many times, and then you're criticizing another saint in Islam who married 12 times. This is the arguments people are having just by reading. In our Shastra, in our culture, they say that it has to be heard. Those people who start reading and start learning scriptural knowledge, it is very difficult to get, because there will be a lot of confusion, because I cannot ask the doubts to the textbook. So now I want this knowledge. How to get this self-knowledge? Where will I get? Where to go? I think many sadhaks sitting here who are listening, they have a story that when this desire came, they suddenly found one class, one sevak, and then suddenly all these doubts started dissolving. One teacher, one guru, they got associated, and then suddenly all the questions were answered. So now, why does one need guru? So number one reason, this is a subtle path. Swami Mitrananji says that spiritual path is walking on a razor's edge. You can fall down anytime, and there has to be somebody to hold you and put you back. One cannot ask question to text, so you require a teacher. If you sleep, the textbook will not wake you up. The guru will come and wake you up in your dream also. Not necessarily the Guru should be there in physical form with you. Suddenly the Guru will bring some dream and I will wake up and then I will realize, no, I have to study, I have to meditate. One saint said that Guru is like a GPS system. When you are traveling in a car, there is a GPS system, and then when some lady's voice or a gent's voice say, okay, now take a left turn, now take a right turn, now go straight, now after 100 meters, keep left, and then don't take that bridge. Now after go straight for 15 kilometers and then you will reach your destination, and already on the GPS system, the destination timing is shown. So that is Guru's job, that he keeps us on the track, guides us. It is like I'm traveling in a forest. Suppose I go to Kailash Manas Sarovar Yatra or Everest. I cannot go alone. There has to be a guide. When the guide is there, the guide will tell you that this is what is going to happen. Now take care. This is what we are going to do. Now this is what you do. This now you sleep. Now you morning you take that pan D. Now this headache will happen. Now you manage this headache. This headache is going to happen. If there is no guide, if there is no teacher, how will one person know and what to do, what not to do? And the last reason is that there must be one anchor in our life who is abiding in infinite. I cannot have an anchor which is him. That anchor itself is shifting. And that's the reason we do Pada Puja, and now we are going to do 1008 Pada Puja, because that Pada are the feet of the Guru are established in the infinite. Though we can see only his body and mouth talking, the feet are below, established in the infinite. So we must have one mental anchor to hold on to, because it is not a very easy path. So now we come to a very, very interesting topic. Lord says these are the qualities of student and qualities of a teacher. So tad vidhi pranipatena pariprashnena sevaya. So very, very clear methodology is been given by the Lord. Student is supposed to ask questions. But before one starts asking questions, I must have questions. I must be burning and boiling with questions and inquiries. Even if I know, I must ask to check whether whatever I know, is it right? But before I ask, what is the process? So we will see who are the qualified students who seek the Guru, and what are the qualifications of the student and how the student practices. So what are the stages and qualities of the student one goes through? Number one, the student has experienced, seen the world, understood its impermanence and limitations, and has developed Vairagya and Vivek and Vairagya and Shata Sampatti. First qualification of a student, that one has seen life. When Gurudev also went to the process, I saw all the parties, I saw high life, I saw all low life, but I was not happy with whatever I was getting. So this student who comes to this Brahma Vidya are not somebody who has not experienced, who are still seeking a lot of experiences of the world and still wants to get disillusioned by the experiences. The person has seen, understood that any experience will be impermanent. Any happiness or pleasure what I will get will be impermanent. There are limitations in this. And by understanding that example is very interesting, that one person was feeling thirsty, and then he went to his factory, which was belonging to him only, chemical factory. And then he wanted to drink something. So when he went, he got his favorite strawberry juice to drink. And before, he was so happy to see the strawberry juice, because that was his favorite and he was going to quench his thirst by strawberry juice. But suddenly his father and mother, it's a family business of chemicals, they come and tell him, don't drink that strawberry juice, there is poison in it. Now in 1 minute, the person loses interest in drinking that strawberry juice, that is Vivek, because he knows what poison is. And he doesn't say, no, let me try. let me try potassium cyanide. What is the experience of potassium cyanide? Nobody wants to try. No. I want to try what one feels jumping from 13th floor. I want to experience without parachute. If a potassium cyanide beaker is given, nobody will say, no, I want to taste it. I want to try how it feels to have potassium cyanide. So that's the reason when the person experiences job, business, family, all the things, realizes that yes, there are some kind of pleasures and joys in it, but there is no permanence. I'm always feeling insecure. I'm feeling disappointed so many times. I get disturbed. Joy and happiness comes in between and goes, but most of the time I'm not at peace with myself for 24 hours. So that is the Vivek Vairagya Shata Sampatti is developed. 6 wealth qualification the student develops. Chitta Shuddhi the person starts doing through Karma Sannyas by letting go the results of actions. And that's the reason one person went to Ramana Maharshi and asked that, Bhagavan, it has been mentioned that just by glance of a guru one can realize. Is it true? He told, answer, wood, charcoal, camphor. Again, after 8 days event, it has been written in scriptures that just by the glance of the guru, the Shishya can get enlightened. Is it true or false? Again, Ramana Maharshi told wood, charcoal, campfire. And after some time, he understood that what is the meaning that yes, if you are a camphor, the moment you will come to a jnani, all the ignorance will be burned. But suppose I am charcoal, I have not practiced Karma Yoga, I have not practiced Chitta Shuddhi. Even though this knowledge is coming, even though I am with the realized master, I will not get enlightened because charcoal takes some time to burn. And suppose I am a log of wood, then it will take long time to get that burn. Jnanagni to burn the ignorance. And suppose the log of wood is wet, then it will take more time, because many times I think I am a log of wood in the bottom of the water which has to come out dry. Then it will become charcoal, then it will become camphor. So Chitta Shuddhi the person practices by simple methodology that suppose I am finding myself in a family or in a job or in business, I start practicing all the actions for Chitta Shuddhi without blaming, cribbing that this should be there, that should be there. Now the person becomes a mumukshu. I want freedom from all limitation. I am not interested, and the person walks out. I want higher, deeper, permanent, meaningful life and freedom from all limitations. And with a strong intention, Jidnyasu. So Jidnyasu, mumukshu now reaches the teacher that I want to know. Guruji says that what I know and what I love must become one. This is a very interesting, important sentence to remember. I know that I am that, but I love the world. I am still not out of the world's temptations and attractions, but I know that the Brahman is there, Atma is there. So what I know and what I love must become one. Right now, what I love is different thing, what I know is different thing. That's the reason there is a gap between what I know and what I'm doing. At the intellectual level, one can give bhashan for 1 hour on Brahma Vidya, Brahman, Atma, Satchitananda, Swarup, Jnanam, Satyam, Jnanam, Anantam, Brahma. But in day-to-day transactions, it is not seen in actions, because what I love is the world. But what I know that this world will give temporary happiness, not permanent happiness, but the love for the world is too deep. Now the student goes in the search of a teacher that I want to know. I want to know what is the reality. I want to know the truth. I want to know where I came from. I want to know what will be the consequence of the next birth. Is there rebirth? Is there God? What is my real nature? And by God's grace, a suitable teacher we get. So we should not go for guru hunting. That is Lord's responsibility to put the right teacher in front of us. I must focus on Chitta Shuddhi, Chitta Ekagrata and intensifying the desire, because that is Lord's job to give the appropriate teacher according to the student's qualifications. Swami Chinmayananda as a student got Swami Tapovan Maharaj, Swami Shivananda Maharaj. Both were great because he was great. Very few people, very few students could stay with Swami Tapovan Maharaj's strictness. The amount of strictness, the amount of discipline was huge. We have discussed this many times, that he was not even allowing them many times to eat food with salt. Take the food, what is cooked food given by somebody, Kali Kamli Wala Dharamshala, go in the river, Ganga river, dip. And then when you dip the food, suppose you dip chapati, rice, sambar, chutney in the river, all thing goes, only what remains that you eat. Because you are not here to eat, you are here for that Brahma Jnana, Brahma Vidya. Serves the Guru, Sevaya. Now this is where it comes. First, the student does service to the teacher, doesn't start asking questions. I think I would invite all of you to see that movie, if not seen, Karate Kid. In that Karate Kid movie, when that kid comes to the teacher, he says, okay, remove your jacket and put on the hanger. And then once he does that, okay, do it again, do it again. For 3 days, 4 days, he's asking him to do the same thing. Then the student gets, what are you telling me? The whole time I'm just taking out the coat and putting on the hanger, taking out the coat and putting on the hanger. And then he explains, I want to see whether you will follow whatever I say without doubting. And this will enhance your muscles. And then the teacher also asks the students to do some seva just to see whether that tuning. So that seva is to be done for tuning with the teacher's mind to receive, because we think that, we get the jnana from the teacher by words. But actually the real jnana is transferred from mind to mind without telling also. So I must ask, with whom I have got this tuning where my doubt gets, where I feel something I'm getting, where I feel like listening, where something is happening. So that if I'm not doing any seva, if I'm criticizing the teacher, if I do not have respect for the teacher, if I talk bad about the teacher behind, and then go and listen to the Brahma Vidya, it is not going to happen. It is going to be like book reading. No benefit will happen because the tuning has not happened. When the tuning happened, there is a flow. And it is not the student who gets, it is because of the teacher's power, teacher's upasana, teacher's establishment in that knowledge and the clarity which gets transferred to the student. So if I really want to get that tuning is very important. The tuning is very important. And that when the tuning happens, the receiving, understanding, and then there is the enjoyment starts in that receiving. And that's the reason there is a lot of homework student has to do to receive it at the essence level. Then the knowledge flows, and after the knowledge starts flowing, the testing happens from the student tests the teacher tests the student. And both of them student must withstand. So one day when Swami Chinmayananji and 3, 4, 5, 6 students were sitting and listening to Swami Tapovan Maharaj, one person came and gave one big katori of laddus. And then all the students were, now laddu in Siddhabari in Himalayas, we will get to eat. So Tapovan Maharaj said, okay, thank you very much to that person, keep it inside. Then laddu katori went inside his kutia. Then the students started thinking, okay, after the session, after the class is over, Swami Tapovan Maharaj will distribute the laddus. So class got over, laddu didn't come. Then they thought, no, after lunch he might give laddus. Lunch went, after lunch laddus didn't come. They thought, okay, evening snacks, laddus will be given. Evening came, no laddus, Tapovan Maharaj gave. Next day they thought, okay, next day he will give. Next day also, no laddus, students got. In the evening, the restlessness started happening in the student. Where did the laddus go? Did Tapovan Maharaj ate them all? Not even one laddu he is giving to us. Third day, when he started his session, when he came out of his kutia, he saw only 2-3 students. 2 students had already left him. No, I don't want to be a teacher who receives the laddus and eats alone and then talks about Vairagya. Tapovan Maharaj understood because he was testing. He told, okay, Chinmaya, get those laddu tokri from inside. And then balanced student thought, it is so nice. Now 3 students have gone. We will get maximum laddus. Okay, Chinmaya got the laddu tokri. Okay, throw in the Ganga. That laddus went in Ganga. So that way the teacher, we have so many stories of Ramakrishna Paramahansa and Vivekananda. And when the testing is complete, then the surrender happens. And then there is humility comes at the disciple. And when that humility comes, the knowledge starts flowing. And then the student does Sashtang Dandavat. Guruji says Sashtang Dandavat means Dandavat by 8 things. 7 limbs and 1 mind. That is the last one is very important. 8th one, the mind also surrenders. And then the student is allowed to ask questions. Bhimsen Joshi, for 1 year, the teacher didn't teach him anything. He was only filling water, cleaning his house. Then his wife told, Arey, this boy is seeking music from you. Teach him something. After 1 year, he started Sare Gamapa. And then Pariprashnena, then I'm eligible to ask the question, because whom I'm asking the question? What is the attitude of asking the question? And then the Shravan Manan starts. Pariprashnena. First Sevaya, then Pariprashnena. And in Vivek Chudamani also with this is a very interesting verse in Vivek Chudamani, that when the student goes to teacher, what kind of questions the student must ask the teacher, that is very important. People ask, when my child will get married, when will this, when will this health will be okay, when the business will be okay, when can you give me some share market tips, Guruji? When will I get enlightened? No. Here the questions which are supposed to be asked by the student are this. So this is a very beautiful topic in Vivek Chudamani, which is very clearly given that the student asks these questions. What is bondage? Why am I suffering? How has it come, this bondage? Why this bondage have started? How does this bondage continue? How can I get freedom from this bondage? What is non-self? What is self? What is this supreme Atma and Brahman are you talking about? How can I discriminate between Atma and Anatma? How can I get that total fulfillment, total peace, total enlightenment? What you're talking about? Tell me about all these things. So the student doesn't ask any worldly questions. And you can imagine the Guru's joy when the student asks, questions which are not worldly, because most of the time the questions are worldly. Very few people ask, what is consciousness? How consciousness can have the ignorance? How consciousness and ignorance can stay together when the nature of consciousness is existence, consciousness, bliss? From where this ignorance came? How can I overcome this ignorance? What is the distinction, Vivek, between Atma and Anatma? That is the highest level. No, I want to know whether to marry this person or that person. I want to know whether this I should do or that I should do, so that I will get more pleasure. So in Vivek Chudamani, it has been mentioned, these are the questions which the student asks. And then Lord says, Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. Then the teacher starts expounding this particular knowledge. and with Shraddha and Tatparta, intensely seeking, because now the student is ready. He doesn't want anything, only that. Intensely seeking. And one who has the sense control, who has the power to control all temptation, who has the power to remain ekakrata to what the teacher is saying, and attains this knowledge which leads to peace of mind and says, thank you very much. And Guru says, Tattvamasi. You are that. And this is the stages in the student's life, one by one. These stages can happen in different lifespans also. And then the person does nididhyasanam, meditation, and the seeker and seeking is transcended. And then Guru and the Shishya both sit quietly, smiling, knowing the truth, abiding in that peace and joy, because Nisargadatta Maharaj says that the highest joy a Guru gets in life is when the Shishya realizes same thing what the Guru has realized. That is the highest level of joy the Guru can get. Discover the source of happiness, Vidvat Sannyas. And Lord cautions that one who doesn't have this faith, doesn't have this faith on the Guru, faith on different faiths. We are going to discuss. This person suffers here with doubt, samshay, restlessness, agitation in the mind, because I am constantly doubting. So in the next session, we are going to discuss what is the distinction between fact, belief, trust and confidence, and faith. These are different words. What is a fact? What is a belief? What is faith? What is trust? And Shraddhavan labhate jnanam. Finally, this ego is transcended. Finally, we get the highest level of experience only on one qualification. What one has to develop is complete faith. Because why, we are going to see that in the next session, that why Lord is saying is that you have to have faith on me, whatever I am talking about. Because there are many people who will tell you different things. You have to focus on one and follow one to reach the one. So that we will see next time. And also the qualifications of students are mentioned. So definitely Arjun is going to ask you, okay, Bhagwan, qualification of students you have mentioned. What is the qualification of a teacher? So that also are expounded by the Lord. And that will be the completion of the 4th chapter. Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva Vashishyate. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om. Thank you very much.